This show is clean.
Funny remark.
Pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Effizode 716. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today, Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer, plus the finale of my Into an interview with the lead singer of the San Francisco band Odd Owl, Carmen Caruso. And have you had a kidney stone lately? Oh, well, there's a reason for that. Mike's Daily Podcast. And Madame Rutabaga told us yesterday that she doesn't like lasers and don't call her fat. Mike's Daily Podcast. Well, that's something that I should know about the people that come to this show. And here's all the steeple, and it's the last place on earth, which where is that exactly, Mike? I can't tell you, because then you try to get here on your bike, and there's no bike racks here. So I'm afraid your bike would get stolen. I'm just thinking of you. Mike's Daily Podcast. And today I discovered something, and that is I'm kind of a scary guy. Mike's when people see me. Daily. And you know I'm bald and all that. Podcast. And I walk around with my dog. Yeah. Basil the Boxer, and people are sometimes like, "What? He's scary." What would make me less scary? If I wore a wig? If I perhaps wore pink? Look who just walked in.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, the shop supervisor, and I don't think you're scary.
No, the bald head doesn't scare you.
No, Mike Matthews. Do my enormous retainers scare you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not because I have to wear a raincoat when you talk.
Haha, Mike Matthews, you're being so idiotic.
True. Look who else just walked in. Hello, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, sometimes people are jumpy. That's true, John Deere. In fact, when I was working at the radio station, my part-time radio job last night, so it's like 9 o'clock at night, and there's this lady that comes in to clean the radio station, and because it's in an office building, she cleans the whole office building. And I see her, and I notice she's got earbuds in, and she's listening to music, and I don't want to scare her, so she's far away, and I kind of wave my hands, and then she sees me out of the corner of her eye instead of, but I'm far away. And she sees me out of the corner of her eye, and she jumps, freaks out. I'm trying everything I can not to scare her, and I scared her. What am I supposed to do? So the rest of the night, I am walking on eggshells around this woman. It reminds me of my previous marriage, and I don't want to scare her. But I keep doing it every time. She's far away. She's like vacuuming. She's still got the ear. So here's the problem. The earbuds. That, and I'm a scary looking individual with bald head. No tattoos. But, bald head, that scares people. Reminds them of Uncle Fester. And it's the earbuds. She's not hearing my footsteps. She's not hearing, me walking around. I should probably just have my keys out the whole time and jingle them the whole time. I don't have my keys right here, but this is a similar sound. Okay. Oh, I have another prop. If I can get it. Yeah. You can't really hear that. All right. Been wanting to use that forever, that little bell. Anyways, so she jumped, and then I left. She was still there cleaning, and I'm like, I feel exhausted after all that. Why are you guys looking at me like that?
Mike Matthews, I think that story was exhausting.
Yes, Mike, please don't tell it again. I want to hear it again. You do, Floyd? Why? Because I'm Floyd the Floorman. Let's hear it for Floyd. Yay, Floyd. And by Floyd, I meant Pink. And not Pink Floyd, but Pink. I want to start a fight, and so what? That makes no sense. Anyway, there is this thing called kidney stones. I haven't had them yet. I don't want them, but I have friends that have had them. They're awful. They aren't the first thing that come to mind when pondering the ramifications of global warming, according to UPI.com, but scientists aren't joking when they say hotter climates will increase the chance of the painful calcium masses forming in your liver. The logic has always been there. Hotter temperatures mean higher incidence of dehydration, and dehydration means the liver has to process more concentrated urine, and thus is more likely to be overwhelmed by calcium and other deposited minerals, leading a greater number of kidney stones. But now scientists have additional proof and numbers to back up the logic. In a study of kidney stone incidence in a number of American cities, researchers correlated rises in daily temperature with upticks in kidney stone formation. Specifically, researchers at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia looked at the medical records of some 60,000 adults and children diagnosed with kidney stones between 2005 and 2011 in Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia. And they say, we found a general trend that as daily temperatures increase, there was an increased risk of patients presenting with kidney stones within 20 days of the temperature exposure. Oh, but there's no global warming or temperatures rising or climate change. But there's Benghazi, and Obamacare needs to be repealed, and keep those children that aren't white out of America that are trying to cross the border. Wow, can't wait to be at that convention in Ohio, because you're going to hear a lot of that. But that's interesting. What do you think about all that? Email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Have you ever had kidney stones? We read your comments on the section emails from email. Yes, please share your kidney stones story. They're so much fun. We also need a sponsor. If you'd like to sponsor the show, email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. And email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show. Hey, check out the website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. It's a wondrous reservoir of fascinating things, like links to where to listen to this show in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes, and make sure to comment and rate the show. There's also a link to where to find us on Facebook. Like the Facebook page, and when I post a new show, share it with your friends. More people find out about us that way. It's awesome. Another great way to support the show is the Amazon deal of the day. You'll find that at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Click on that and buy something. You'll get a great discount on whatever it is they're selling, and it helps the show. There's also links to where to listen to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Yelp, Tumblr, Twitter. We're all over the place. Links to all those, as well as the blog and the Daily Podcast picture, and all of my past interviews, all at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Speaking of interviews.
Into an interview.
That'd be awesome.
I'm speaking with Carmen Caruso of the band Odd Owl. And where did the name Odd Owl come from, Carmen?
It was originally a name for my record label, which I don't really know why I started a record label, because I didn't really want to promote other people's bands for a living. Not that I don't disrespect what people do in record labels, but it's a lot of work, and I didn't know if I was really on for that. But we have the name, and when our previous band broke up, Phil was like, we were trying to decide a name, and he's like, well, what about Odd Owl? And I was like, okay. So that's how that went down.
Yeah, there's a lot of promotion of other bands when you have a record label. And
yeah, not so, you don't get as much time to do your own thing,
yeah,
which I didn't really think about. Suppose I should have.
Wow, but that helped you with learning how to promote your own band, I bet.
Yeah, I think when I came back from school, I kind of had to learn everything from scratch, and I wish I had known the music community that I know now, because back then, I was just kind of reaching for things and not really knowing what was going to stick, what was going to work. But it was definitely a helpful experience to go through that.
And what school was it that you went to?
Dartmouth.
Oh, okay. And
they had a master's program that was just a 2-year program.
Ah. And so would that be a master's in music?
It was an electroacoustic music degree.
Wow. Electroacoustic. Dang. Well, that pretty much covers it, huh? Because most instruments are either electric or acoustic.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what the other version is.
It's a very non-specific major.
There's silent music. That's mostly the kind I make. Well, that's cool. And then, so where did you grow up?
Seattle.
Ah, wow. And how did that shape your world in music? Did you do much live music band watching when you were younger?
I did what I could probably get away with. I mean, I kind of had a curfew when I was in high school. But I went, I used to go to Bumbershoot every year. I remember seeing Beck when I was in like 8th grade. I saw Page and Plant. We went to the Gorge a lot. I didn't really know about a lot of the like smaller independent bands that I know of now.
Right.
I wish I knew. Though I'm sure I probably wouldn't have been able to get in anyways.
Right.
So.
Oh wow. So Beck, Page and Plant, and you got to see some music, and were there any keyboardists that you saw that were like, oh, I love this person because they play the piano like I do?
Not when I was living in Seattle so much. When I was in college, I remember getting into Herbie Hancock a lot for a while.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at, I think, Headhunters and a music history class. A music history class was actually cool. We kind of showed me a lot of 20th century music I hadn't known about. But yeah, we used to take beer bottles and like put different amounts of liquid in them to get the that whistle part going.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we got drunk enough, you know.
Oh, that's funny. That's original. Wow, I'm sure Herbie would have enjoyed that.
I bet he would.
And then, well, how many bands have you been in? You mentioned one that you had been in with Phil beforehand.
Yeah, I'd been in, when I was in college, I was in a band of 30-year-olds and a band of 40-year-olds. As a 19-year-old. Yeah, so I'd have to, like, you know, you weren't allowed to technically be in the bar until you were actually playing. So my bandmates would sneak me in and pass me off as being over 21, which I most definitely was not. But yeah, it was fun. It was a band called Grand Hotel and Cerulean, I think were the two. But, you know, I was just kind of figuring it all out at the time. So.
But you were just playing live with them. Did you ever record anything with them?
We recorded a demo. I don't know what happened to it.
But somewhere is Carmen Caruso at 19 playing on a demo somewhere.
Yeah, I was still singing. I hadn't learned how to sing in my chest voice yet, so everything was in my head voice at that time.
Ah. The head voice. So you're saying like, not like, la la la, right?
Yeah, not belting. Yeah, it was, because I grew up as a first soprano in a choir, so I was always singing high parts, and just learning how to switch to chest. I mean, it's a totally different way of singing, so that took me a while to figure out. And I was smoking, so probably didn't, at the time, so probably wasn't as good as yeah.
You've developed your voice since then, and you've treated it better.
And yes, I'm learning how to treat it better.
And finally, who do you want to tour with, like, or jam with at some point with the band Odd Owl, like a guest or somebody, an idol.
In terms of an idol?
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to jam out with the Talking Heads.
Who?
I've actually been Talking Heads.
Oh, the entire band?
Yeah, I've been reading David Byrne's book, and I'm kind of like inspired by it, because I don't know, like he's talking about when he got like a bigger band and how everybody kind of becomes this part of the bigger whole of like finding this groove together. And I don't know, it just seems like it'd be really cool to groove out with them.
I need to read that book.
You should. It's a really good book.
What's it called again?
How Music Works.
How Music Works. Okay. Yes, because Jerry Harrison. Why can't I think of the Tom Tom Club people?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're thinking. I'm horrible with names.
Tina and anyway, I'm blacking out. But yeah, not only was it Talking Heads, but the Tom Tom Club, and then Jerry Harrison produced all these bands in the 80s, like the Bodines, and they just had so much talent. And David Byrne winning an Academy Award for the Last Emperor soundtrack. It's just amazing all the talent they have.
Yeah, it's definitely a different time, like coming into it all, and different music community now, but definitely really cool.
And if you want to watch a movie that makes no sense, of course you could watch the concert movie Stop Making Sense that Jonathan Demme produced or directed, but then they also did that movie True Lies? True Stories.
Like True Lies.
Yeah, that's the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. No. True Stories, isn't it? That had the song Wild, Wild Life all the way to the stock exchange. Oh. And it's a very artsy, kind of out there. Swoozie Kurtz is in it. John Goodman's in it. It's just this weird. But the funniest line is David Byrne. He's in the car. He's driving in this car, and I think it's towards the end of the movie, and he goes, and as for this car, it's privately owned. And then he drives away, and I'm like, what? David Byrne. But yeah, his sense of humor is great, and his songs are awesome. So anyway, so I'll read that book. Thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah, no worries.
So Odd Owl has a song called Some People Are Spaceships, and I'm going to play it right now. And tell me about this one, Carmen.
So this song is, I guess it's kind of a breakup song in a way, but not like an angry breakup song, more of a like, we realize that we're kind of trying to do different things, and that's okay breakup song. Yeah.
That happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think a lot of the time people don't walk away hating each other's guts, but more just like they realize they're different people and want different things in life, and that's just the way it is.
That's true, and that each person's a spaceship flying to a different...
the person is talking from a spaceship because they wanted to go into space, and then they're lost in space, and so they're thinking about the relationship that they left behind.
Oh, wow. And then who wrote this?
Phil and I wrote it together. Yeah, it was
cool. Collaboration. Okay. Awesome. Right. Well, let's play it right now. It's Odd Owl from the album The Call. This is Some People Are Spaceships, and you can find out more at oddowlmusic.com. Any other places they can find you?
Facebook, Odd Owl Music, YouTube, Odd Owl Music, Odd Owl Music.
Excellent. So that gives people a good place to look. And there is there's also a video for this, isn't there?
Yeah.
Who's the girl in this video that's like yelling at her boyfriend?
I should know this.
Oh, see, now I thought she might have been related to you. That's why I set that up like that. Okay, never mind.
Oh, yeah, no, Adam, he's a film teacher, and he found these actors through his school that he works at.
Oh, how funny. Okay. That's interesting. All right. Well, so find that video also at oddowlmusic.com. And
Gianna, that's her name. Gianna, and Juan was is the guy.
You are right. That is her name. No, I'm kidding. I didn't know who it was, but now we do. And so the band has Phil Jacobson, the guitarist, Adam Wadenius on drums, and now Ricardo, Brazilian last name, on bass and vocals.
Correct.
What's his real last name?
Saavedra.
There we go. And it's the band Odd Owl. Thank you, Carmen, for being on Mike's Daily Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Take it off for the outer realm. I know I talked about it. It's not gonna make it any easier leaving you like this. But each starboard from your mouth is burning light years away. And having that liquor's all dances round the room. I like sun blaze. Now I hear nothing at all. Now I hear nothing at all. And it's getting so cold in here. The words are frozen to my lips. So I'll send my thoughts and dots and dashes straight to you from my spaceship.
the end of that Odd Owl. As we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. That song is Some People Are Spaceships. Find out more about Odd Owl at oddowlmusic.com. And don't forget they are playing at the Bottom of the Hill in San Francisco, an awesome venue, this Saturday, July 12th.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The picture is of my dog, Basil the Boxer. We were hiking on this trail today in Pleasanton. We went up to the top of this hill at this park. I forget what it is. Pleasanton Hill Trail or something. And we get to the top there. I mean, it is hot. And poor Basil gets so hot when the sun's out and it's warm like it is in our drought-ridden California. Anyway, cool thing, at the top of this mountain, they've got a water fountain. So Basil drank and drank and drank, and he was quite happy. But you see a picture of him there with his big tongue all hanging out because he was warm. And we were in this grove. It's like olive trees that they have there at the top of this hill in Pleasanton. Not too far away from Podcastro Valley, California, where this show, of course, originates. So you can see that picture and the wonderful Basil the Boxer and his enormous tongue there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Mike Matthews, you say tongue weird.
I do, don't I?
And you don't even have, like, retainers that would impede your speech.
You're right. There's no excuse for it, Chely.
You're right, Mike Matthews.
Jeez, can't you just get off my back, Chely?
I'm sorry.
Tomorrow we will bring you the segment that is much loved, the much-loved feature called The Bottom of the Charts. And it's a really special one because we're going to look back at a year that was a very special year for a celebrity who was an icon to many people in the radio biz who passed away recently. We're going to have that special Bottom of the Charts tomorrow. Plus, we'll hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!
Mike, I love Pink Floyd! Yeah, they're great. You better get this party started! Wrong.